How is the approaching winter affecting the humanitarian situation at the moment in Gaza?
That's with full meaning. When we had humanitarian catastrophe tonight, we witnessed this massacre of the IDP, the displaced people tents in the south part of Gaza, in the Mawasi area, which is part of the so-called humanitarian safe zone. More than 20 people were killed by Israeli airstrikes in displaced people tents. Most of them, the people who were killed were children, women, elders, who were staying in their tents with their catastrophic conditions, which also that they spend the night while they are starving, suffering from cold, the winter, and now we have this airstrike. And at the same time, we are addressing the situation of the humanitarian condition that very catastrophic due to the cut of
if you can share with us, what are the main challenges, Mr. Shawa, facing the Palestinian citizens in particular as winter begins?
The main challenges that we are facing as Palestinians, first, the Israeli continuous attacks on the Palestinian civilians. The second, which is the cut of aid supplies to the different areas of Gaza, mainly to the north. For 2 months now, no aid is entered to the south, to the north of Gaza City. While all Gaza City is suffering from famine, food insecurity, and such suppliers to entry to the bakeries, to the community kitchens, in order to supply people with the basic food. So we are now we are calling the UN in order to declare Gaza as a famine zone due to the spread of famine among all Gaza people, mainly the children and women. And at the same time, we have this winterization. We have about 100,000 tents and cannot stay the cold, the wind, the rain, and at the same time the water flooding. The last week, there are thousands of tents were flooded by water, and now we are into families, women, children, elders, wounded people are under these tents suffering from cold and at the same time shortage of basic material.
And also, what are the most prominent challenges as well, if you can share with us, facing the displaced people from Beit Lahia?
In the north, Beit Lahia in the north, as Jabalia and Beit Hanun, the daily airstrikes to the Palestinian civil shelters, and at the same time the cut of basic aid supplies, food, water, and at the same time the medications to the main hospital. Every day we witness kind of attacks by the Israeli occupation forces towards the hospitals. Today there was an attack to the hospital, where a number of the medical teams were injured. So it's critical that we mention that we have hundreds of patients, injured people in these hospitals, and need bad need for evacuation. And then now there is denial from the Israeli occupation forces to evacuate them.
Mr. Shawa, how do the humanitarian organizations at the moment describe the situation in the central area as attacks intensify?
Thank you for this question. The aid workers and the humanitarian organizations are suffering from the Israeli continuous attacks. There is hundreds of aid workers who killed during the Israeli war in Gaza. The last week we lost a number of aid workers, 3 of them working with the work of the kitchen. And in the same time, you are suffering the deficit of aid supplies that we can provide people with food items, non-food items as hygiene kits, which we can provide, shelter items, trampolines to cover these tents. There is the Israeli enter only 5% of the huge needs that people are in bad need. Now, most of the packages, the community kitchens closed, and we cannot provide any more people with their needed assistance.
How do you assess the situation in Gaza in terms of food, water, shelter availability at the moment?
It's catastrophic with full meaning regarding the different supplies that people in need for, and at the same time the basic need that we are calling for, which is the protection of Palestinian civilians, which is denied by the Israel through the Israeli continuous attacks on the protected shelters as the UN shelters, the UNRWA shelters was attacked. We have concerns about the status of the UNRWA after the designation of the Israeli Knesset on the UNRWA, and we have also these constraints regarding the intake of the basic needs and our capacity to respond to these needs.